Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing today? It's your boy Eli5 back at you guys with another video. And look, it is 1:50 in the morning. 1:50 in the morning. I literally, I just was had a chill day, but I decided to record just now at 1:50 in the morning because I don't sleep until the grind is over. I don't sleep until the work is done, and my job is to provide you guys with extra content at any means necessary. So I'm gonna provide you guys with all the content in whatever time of day, whatever is going on at any means necessary in order to keep you guys satisfied for today's video and future videos in general. So let us get to today's video. So you guys requested in last video for me to react to this player that goes by the name of Omer Yurtseven. I don't know if I said his name right, but he's another player that the Oklahoma City has drafted, or I don't know if they drafted him or just picked him up on draft or something like that. I really don't remember, but it doesn't matter because he adds on to the young bright future that we have. So like I've already said, I like all the young players that were drafted as of right now because we are building to win for the future. So all the young players that we can get, we gotta capitalize off of that. And other than that, you guys requested for me to react to this player and scout this player, so let us get into today's video. So first things first, this player that goes by the name of Omer Yurtseven, he plays center position and he's from Georgetown, Turkey. So he's from a foreign state or something like that, and his height is 7 feet 0 inches. So we got another center, and I mean the only thing I heard about him, I really haven't heard anything about him, but the only thing that I heard about him so far is the fact that he's a little bit of a shooter. He got a little bit of a shooter, so it's good that we have another stretch big on the team. So I mean, we had Steven Adams for quite some time, but he was always like a big dude that got rebounds and was a person that was able to defend the paint at a high consistent rate and get rebounds, pass the ball for lobs and stuff like that. And we really didn't get enough stretch big plays from him, or enough spacing from Steven Adams, because obviously he's not a 3-point shooter. But obviously drafting Omer Yurtseven, he provides us that spacing since he can shoot, or that's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but if he can shoot, that can provide us with a lot of spacing, and we like this spacing in regards to today's era of play of basketball. So good pickup for the Oklahoma City Thunder for picking this guy up, and welcome to the team, man. He has a solid frame of good length and strength, holds his own in the paint, and battles hard to get position. So he's a hustler for real. We got a lot of hustlers on the team, aka Lou Dort and other players on the team. So that's another hustler on the team. He has good coordination and mobility, although he doesn't blow you away with end-to-end speed. So I mean it says that he's a hustler. Basically that's what he says. We all know he has good length and strength, and we already know, but it doesn't seem like he's a fast player. But explosiveness doesn't mean everything. Like I've already said with last video with Josh Hall, explosiveness don't mean everything. Look at Dirk Nowitzki, Steph Curry. They're not high athlete players, but they can still get buckets, so that's still a good thing. He can score with either hand and is becoming a real threat with his back to the basket. Has very good shooting form and range out to 3, and he looks capable of becoming a good NBA 3-point shooter in time. So that narrative stating that he's a great 3-point shooter, apparently it's true. So he's a 7-foot player that can shoot threes, so he's a stretch big that can space the floor. He could probably get rebounds from time to time, put it up in the paint, get layups, get alley-oops, and then from time to time he can stay in the 3-point line and just shoot from some threes from time to time and stuff like that. So we could set up stuff in the playbook for him, and I guarantee you he could probably be a really great essential piece in order for OKC to win in the future. You never know. So another thing that I really like to see is that he's fundamentally sound in the defensive end. So I guess he plays great defense and he gets position well and does a good job of avoiding fouls. He has all the physical tools to hold his own at the NBA level and has an intriguing amount of upside. So that's good to hear. He's not no layover on defense. I love my defensive player, and we already discussed that he could space the floor and he probably could provide us with some offense, but it seems like he's a two-way player as well. So we're picking up a bunch of two-way players. It's good to have 3 and D players. mean, me personally, I like players like Robert Covington. Robert Covington is very impactful on the floor. He can shoot threes from time to time on the offensive side of the floor, and he can sometimes block shots and play defense on the defensive side of the end in order to win games sometimes. So having players like that is very good, and I guess Omer Yurtseven could be that type of player. We never know, or he could be like that type of role player, and like role player caliber player, or potentially, you know, we gotta grasp for the stars. Maybe he could be an all-star for our Oklahoma City team one day. We never know. The future is bright. Just gotta wait to see how he plays for a team. And just how I said that he may be a good defensive player, it says right here, needs to improve his help defense and defensive rotation. So I guess how should I say it? It says he needs to improve his help defense and defensive rotation. So I guess he's a good one-on-one defender or something like that. But when it comes to help defense, it's like he lacks on that. I mean, I feel like that can be easy fixed, because obviously that's where it comes to developing side of things. So I don't know. So I mean, he, like I said, he probably can play defense at the perimeter for a 7-footer. That's pretty good. So that tells me that he's a very versatile defender and player in general. So that's very good, and maybe we can improve his help defense on the side of things in the lab, in the OKC lab, developing this young talent that we got. But other than that, looking at this whole thing, looking at this whole description that I just read, it seems like he could fit well with the Oklahoma City Thunder's future. I love my 3-and-D players, but as I say 3-and-D players, like I said, we need to help improve his help defense, and once we improve that, he's gonna be a really great caliber role player, of potentially superstar in the league, and I have high hopes in him, man. So another thing I wanted to look at is, this isn't really important, but it goes more into like his high school side of things. I mean, like I said, we don't really have to review this, but I just want to review it for the heck of it. Why not? So in the sophomore, I mean, first of all, this is Omer Yurtseven. So his high school, I never heard of this school. It looks foreign to me, so I'm really not gonna try to pronounce this name. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if you guys can pronounce it, please, I mean, by all means, go ahead. But I'm probably gonna butcher this name by much. But junior, he sat out due to NCAA transfer rules, so that's understandable. But sophomore, he started 32 of 33 games for the Wolfpack, averaging 13.5 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, and he played 23.8 minutes per game. He scored a career high 29 points versus number 19 Clemson on January 11, 2018, and he scored in double figures in 14 of 18 ACC games, including more than 20 points in 5 games, and he finished in the top for second and voted for the ACC's Most Improved Player Award, and he named to All ACC third team. So I mean, I know high school is really not that important, but that's all we got to see right now. But looking at this stat right here with this sophomore year, it seems like he was a dog in high school. I mean, like I said, high school doesn't really mean anything, because you could play good in high school, and I mean, if you want to include college, you can, because it can't be put in the same category. You could play really good in high school and college, but it's not gonna matter, because there's been a lot of past NBA players, or probably current day NBA players right now, that's been playing really good in their high school and college during their time that they played in those standpoints, but once they got to the NBA, they just fell off and haven't really been the great player that they once were in high school and college. So I mean, when we look at high school and college, I really don't get excited. I just want to see what they look like in the NBA, because that's where it all matters. But it seems like he was a really great player in high school. In his freshman, he appeared in 22 games with 14 starts after sitting out first 9 games of the season per NCAA ruling. He made a first career start and scored 16 points on 7 of 11 shooting versus Ryder on December 28th, 2016. So 7 of 11, he shot 11 times and made 7. So that means he's a really efficient shooter in high school. Let's hope his efficiency transfer in the NBA. But if it doesn't, it's only his first year. Maybe he can improve his efficiency, and improve everything that he can be in order to raise his potential to the roof, in order for him to be a potential all-star caliber player, or a really great role player, to be a really great piece for this OKC's teams in the future. So far his high school seasons that he played, sophomore, freshman, like, it seems like he's been a really great high school player, but we just got to see how he plays in the NBA. I mean, like I said, we got a lot of high school, college players, or I mean, not even high school, just college players that probably just, I mean, we drafted like 3 players from the draft, I believe, if I remember, and we got a bunch of undrafted players in regards to Josh Shaw and stuff like that. So they really haven't played anything in regards to NBA basketball, so we just gotta wait and see how they play in that field. And I can't wait to see as the season starts in a few weeks, man. So it says right here that he was ranked as the number 3 center prospect in the 2016 recruiting class by Scout. My man was ranked number 3 center prospect. My man was balling like that back in the day. Let's see if he's able to ball the same way in NBA basketball, because if he can, oh my god, us OKC fans are gonna be jumping in tears of joy once he develops in the league, man. For real, he's gonna be like a Donovan Mitchell he's gonna be like a Donovan Mitchell that blossoms in the league right away in his rookie season. Let's hope he gets some rookie like that. You never know. We gotta wait and see. He averaged 9.8 points and 9.7 rebounds per game for the Turkish U18 national team that finished runner-up in the FIBA U18 European Championship in 2015. That's not really important, but it's good to read. It's good to read on our future, our new players that just got drafted to the league in regards to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Just got to get to know our players a little bit. And he averaged 15.1 points on 58% shooting, 8.1 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks per game. Man, it's looking like he's a really great 3 and D player, or just the offense and defensive type of player. He averaged 15.1 points on 58% shooting and 1.7 blocks per game. Let me find out you're a 3 and D player, man. Let me find out those things that I heard about you in regards to being a 3-point shooter is true. And we just gotta spice it up with the defensive side of the ball. And the thing I really like about these players is the fact that some of these players that really have great defense and hustle, you can't teach that stuff. You can't teach defense and hustle, because it's really like if you have a player that really is not a hustler, it's hard to teach you. You can't teach that stuff like that. So if you draft a player that already has something like that, that's a great plus, because like I said, it's hard to teach that stuff like that. It's hard to teach hustle and defense. And once you got a player like that, it's really the cherry on top at the end of the day, because you got players that score and you got players that play defense and hustle. Who wouldn't want a player that does both? Be real. And he scored 91 points and grabbed 28 rebounds. He's pulling up Wilt Chamberlain stats too. Let's hold it up. It's only high scoring college, but let's see if he's gonna be able to do the same thing in NBA basketball, scoring 91 points. Come on, man. Omer Yurtseven's looking like a baller, man. Come on, man. OKC Sam Presti really drafted a young stud, it seems like, man. For real. But all jokes aside, he seems like he's a very good player. The stuff I'm seeing, it seems like he knows how to play the game of basketball. It seems like he's not no scrub. It seems like he's not no pushover at all. Let's hope he's able to prevail in NBA basketball for our future of OKC's basketball sake, man. For real. Maybe you're gonna be a winner in 2024 championship in the future. Maybe this guy could be a finals MVP the way I'm seeing his stats right now. Let's see if his stats translate to professional, real life NBA basketball, for real, man. But now that we looked at Omer Yurtseven stats and his bar in regards to him playing in high school and college, I want to see some of his highlights in regards to what he could possibly bring to the table for the Oklahoma City basketball team. I did this same thing with the past few scouting videos in regards to Josh showing the NBA draft, stuff like that. So I just want to see more highlights in regards to this player, see what he could bring to the table possibly for OKC basketball when the season starts. Okay. Which one is Yurtseven? I don't see him. Okay, get down there. Hey, get down there, man. So he played for Georgetown. Okay, so he's playing against Duke. So his highlights against Duke or something like that is lagging a little bit. I don't know why. That's not me. Yeah, so I guess he's a really, it said he's a great back, down to the back type of player or something like that. And he could probably, like I said, he could shoot threes. So he's a good post player, man. He has post game a little bit, and he's, pump faking, drawing the foul, drawing the contact, getting that N1, convert the N1 too. Alright, come on. Give it to Yurtseven. Wait, no, that's the other team. Oh yeah, let me see that defense. Let me see that defense. Good D. Good D. Good D. Good D, man. Yurtseven's looking like a stud. So he got post game, he got defense, he got that he got that mid-range game, it seems like. Look at that. Bullying the defender down and down low like that. So he's shooting free throws. I guess he got fouled, obviously. Let's see how good of a free throw shooter he is. Okay, he got a little mid-range game too. Got that little spot up shot. So, like I said about Josh Ho, it seems like he could play off the ball a little bit. It seems like he could provide a lot of spacing for this team. So, I mean, that's the stuff that I like. So, like I've already said in the last video, we need a lot of shooters and teams, because without shooters, it's honestly almost impossible to go far, because the way this era is right now, a lot of teams is really, you know, shooting like that. So without shooters, it's honestly going to be hard to win games as a whole in general and stuff like that. So I guess Omer Yurtseven could be that essential shooter for OKC, and we could pair him alongside, I mean, he's obviously going to play the center spot, but you could pair him alongside Josh Ho and Theo Maledon, who are also great shooters, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I feel like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be our all-star, our superstar, our first option we're going to go to in the near future. I have high hopes in him, as you guys may know. And all these other players we could pair alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could really prevail us in regards to winning our second all-time championship, to be honest, man. Yurtseven is looking like a really great fit for our team, defensively and offensively, to be honest. And obviously we got Al Horford. Look at the defense right there. And obviously we got Al Horford that could probably mentor Yurtseven, because they both technically play the position as well, the same position in regards to center and stuff like that. So we got a young, great veteran in Al Horford, who is, you know, he's played the game for a while. He could mentor him, mentor probably the other players. And let's just get some Yurtseven highlights right here. Back to the basket like that, getting that contact, and you know, he's still converting the mid-range shot, and you know, getting that easy 2 points. Like his game so far. I want to see some hustle plays though. We see some defensive plays. We see some mid-range game from him, back to the basket type of plays from him. Let's see some hustle plays, man. I like my hustlers. Like I said already, you can't teach hustle, man. It's really hard to teach that to an NBA player that doesn't have hustle already. So it's really crazy to think about that, man.
Energy in the garden, handoff Jones.
Ooh, good D. Good block. Told you, D and D. Alright, that's the end of today's video, man. That's the end of that video. But other than that, that will be the end of today's video. Omer Yurtseven is looking like a really great player for OKC's future, man. For real, we're drafting a lot of players that could potentially be a really great hit for our future in regards to OKC basketball. We could probably win our future championship with players that we drafted, man. But other than that, make sure you guys request some more players that you guys want me to react to. I'm gonna be reacting to all these, you know, lesser known type of players in regards to when they play in the future, stuff like that. So make sure, if you guys want to request me to watch a player, make sure you guys request it down in the comment section below. If you don't request it, then I'm gonna just find the player myself, and I'm gonna just provide you content that way too. But other than that, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.